What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning back into my channel, and in this video I am going to be giving my review of the VMAs. Now if you did not know, the VMA Awards or the VMAs was this past Sunday, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. And I sat down and typed out some of the stuff so I wouldn't forget. I typed it up on my phone, so I'm going to start off with the fashion, the red carpet. Yeah, so I'm just going to say all the outfits that I loved. Okay, so the first outfit that I loved was Nessa. Hopefully I have enough room on the screen right now, and I'll either put like the pictures of who I'm talking about either here or here. So who Nessa is, she's mainly like on the radio, she interviews people and stuff, and so I like her, but her dress was very cute. Is Vanessa Hudgens. Me and Vanessa Hudgens go way back, like High School Musical days. Nicki Minaj, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, Nick Jonas, and Tori Kelly. Okay, so you may have noticed, but there was only like one guy on that whole list. I tried to find some guys like red carpet looks that I was liking, but Nick Jonas was the only one. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the whole performances and the show. If you didn't know, the VMAs this year was hosted by Miley Cyrus. I was very shocked when I found that out, because the last time I watched the VMAs, Miley was on the stage twerking on Robin Thicke, and we all see what happened with that. So the last person I expected to host the VMAs would be Miley Cyrus. They haven't had a host in the last 2 years. I wouldn't know because I haven't watched the VMAs in the last 2 years, but they just decided to pick Miley. And I'm just gonna go ahead and name out the key points in the show. Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, if you know, a couple weeks before the VMAs, they were kind of hashing it out a little bit on Twitter, but they ended up resolving their issues on Twitter, and they ended up performing at the VMAs. They opened up the VMAs together, and not too long after that, Nicki Minaj ended up winning a VMA for Best Hip Hop Video for Anaconda. She got on there and, you know, she was thanking people, acting how she usually acts, and then she says that she wants to thank her pastor. She thanked her pastor in her acceptance speech, and I was like, you don't hear people doing that. I can respect that. And then she calls Miley Cyrus out. I'm not gonna say what she says because I don't cuss on this channel, but on live TV she called Miley Cyrus out. Because if you don't know, like a couple of days before the VMAs, Miley Cyrus was basically talking trash about Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj was talking about how, you know, it wasn't fair that, I don't know the whole story, but it was about nominations. I kind of agree with Nicki on this one. Not kinda, I do actually. It's like, you can't go and talk trash about me and then expect me not to say anything. It's like, I'm gonna say something, and Nicki Minaj just so happened to say something in front of everybody, so yeah. And the other major key point in the show that everybody was talking about was Kanye West's speech, acceptance speech, because he won, I forgot what it's called, but he won this special VMA, and he got on stage and he talked. He literally stood there for about like 7 to 10 minutes because the crowd was cheering for him. He just stood there and he was like, you know, Kanye, I'm happy for you, but you know, can you kind of speed this up a little bit? I really wanted to watch his acceptance speech, and he literally just stood on stage for almost 10 minutes not saying anything. So after those 10 minutes, he finally started his acceptance speech, and people are kind of, you know, everybody's like, his acceptance speech was just all over the place. And it was basically like, he said all these things that were all over the place, and I understood where he was coming from when he was saying certain things, but it was all over the place. And by the time he got to the end of his acceptance speech, I was like, oh, okay, that's what you were trying to say this whole time. So yeah, and at the very end of his acceptance speech, he announced that he is running for president in 2020. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say the performances. I tried to remember who performed and who didn't. So if I missed somebody, I'm sorry. So like I said, Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, they opened up the show. I thought they did great. And then after them was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. I actually love their performance. They didn't perform like in the arena. They performed like outside of the VMAs. It was really cool. Like, I liked the whole theme of it and, you know, the vibe. I liked it. The Weeknd also performed, and he was also one of my favorite performances. He didn't have like all these. He kept his performance simple. Justin Bieber performed after, I think they said 5 years. It's been a minute, and y'all know that Justin Bieber has been in the news for doing all this crazy stuff. And he finally got up there and he performed, and you could definitely tell that it's been a minute since he's performed. He was definitely out of breath. So I think he just has to get back in the groove of things. It's been a minute. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. Nick Jonas performed. He performed on the pre-show. He performed Levels, which is one of my favorite songs by him, if not my favorite song. Todrick Hall, he also performed at the pre-show. He performed like right before it would cut to commercial, and he did all these different covers and stuff. I love Todrick Hall. I've been following him on YouTube for a long time, so I'm very proud of him. And Tori Kelly performed. I've also been following Tori Kelly for a while on YouTube, and you know, I'm just so proud because it's like I've been following her on YouTube, and then she finally came out with her, you know, EP, and now she was on the BET Awards a few months ago, and now she's on the VMAs. I mean, she's just constantly like progressing, and I love her voice. And I honestly think that Tori Kelly was the best performance at the VMAs. Oh, and Miley Cyrus also performed at the very end. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna say anything. If you follow me on Snapchat, then I posted some clips on Snapchat. They're probably most likely not there anymore on my story. Yeah, they're not. But follow me on Snapchat. I would have been perfectly fine if she didn't perform. I didn't write it in my notes, but I just thought of it. Miley Cyrus was the host, and every time she came out in a new outfit, it was like, what is wrong with you? Like, now she had like blonde dreads, like up in a ponytail or whatever. That actually didn't look too bad, so I was like, okay. But it was like all these different outfits. I don't know. I may put the appropriate ones on the screen, but some of them weren't appropriate, so I'm not going to put all of them on the screen. But she was basically naked in some of the stuff she was coming out on stage with. Overall, I would probably rate this a 5 out of 10. Not worth looking at. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird. I'm kind of stuffed up a little bit right now. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this review. Also, leave a comment down in the comment section below and let me know whether or not you watched the VMAs. And if you did, what did you think of the VMAs? Also, let me know who was your favorite performance at the VMAs. Make sure you share this video, share it to your friends and everybody. Let them know that this channel is where you want to be at, or where you need to be at. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every single Friday, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here because I have another video that I have to record for next week. So yeah. Yeah.
Tell me, am I going crazy? Tell me how